All right, day 28. We're back on trail. We're at Fontana Dam. We're at the shelter, getting ready to head across the dam itself and up Shuck Stack to the Molly Ridge shelter. So let's get popping.
Let's look over here. Let's back up. Look back there. Whoa.
Oh, so nice. Let's see if I can get it to focus in back there. Oh, there we go. And we got about a 12-mile day, and it's 20 degrees, warming up to a balmy, I think, 37 later. So let's get after it. So we're heading up the road from the dam, and you'll see this sign, and then there's where we're going today. Molly's Ridge Shelter, 9.9, and then right up the path is the, as I would always say, what is this called? What do I call it, Felicia? The infamous Great Smoky Mountain. And so we have to get our permits out and drop them in the box.
Nose running.
We are making our way up Shuck Stack still, but see a little progress shot there down at the dam. Bright sun action, and then Felicia is kind of see her heading right up through there. Let's go catch her. Just finished the climb to Shuck Stack. Did not do the side quest up to the tower, knowing how far we had to go today, and that we had 4,000 foot of climb overall. It was good though. So had 2 zeros in Robbinsville. And we resupplied and had a couple of really good meals and watched a lot of TV and laid in bed. But it was really good for recovery. Don't think I've had planned on taking two zeros, but we did before the trip, you know, meaning like we didn't say, hey, we're going to stop for 2 zeros, you know, 25 days in or whatever. But it was good and mentally good. I can tell you, like, we are ready to get back on the trail. So we are 3.7 away from Fontana Dam. And there's a little sign here. So, and then this also interacts with the 20-mile trail, the Long Hungry Ridge Trail, and the 20-mile ranger station. So anyway, I'll get ready to climb. So I'll put away the camera, but it's been a good day so far. See ya. Hey now, I thought I'd give an update. We got some flat land to cross through here, and figured I would film a little bit, but I want to give an update on all the hikers that I know about. So I know Noah Smith. He was with us in the first few days of the hike in that group with Kelly, K2, Freebird, Buzz, and JJ. And I know Noah had stretched out and at some point was a day or two ahead of them. And then Kelly and JJ were behind him. And I'd say they're all between 4 and 6 days ahead of us at this point. We've taken quite a few zeros and Neros. But I can see their check-ins in and far out. So Buzz and Freebird are behind Kelly and JJ. So then we met some other hikers, Sean and Laura, at Above the Clouds, and spent some time with them. Really enjoy our time with them. I texted him about a week back and said, hey man, how are you guys doing? We haven't seen you. Where are you at? And he said, we're in Florida. And I was thinking to myself, buddy, you went the wrong way on the trail if you're in Florida. But they were not ready for the cold weather and decided to push back to another time and just do some more prep work. So I know they had a blast though, and it was so much fun hanging out with them. Then we ran into Fordlow and we saw her a couple of times previous to making it to Fontana. And then as soon as I turn on the camera, I'm going down this steep hill, so gotta be careful. But we saw her before we took the 00 in Robbinsville, and then the temperature dropped. The first night of the 0 at the shelter, we looked at the weather, and with the wind chill, the temperature was 1. So I'd be willing to say there probably wasn't a temperature at that point. We weren't willing to risk it for the biscuit and stay out there in that. The second night of the 0, it got down into the low teens, and so we decided that was just a crazy amount. But not sure if she pushed off or not. And then we ran into a girl, Sarah, who was hiking around and near. They weren't hiking together, but a guy named Rich, and they're both really super strong hikers. We saw them in Fontana as well. Ran into Tom and Jimmy again, which, man, every time I see those guys, it puts a smile on my face. So they were there on Friday at Fontana. That was the rain day that pretty much rained everybody out. When we went to lunch and dinner in Fontana Village, there's probably 20 hikers in there. So we know that a lot of people had the same idea that we did. But, sorry, I had to take a picture of some bear poop. I'm fascinated by bears for whatever reason. I know we probably won't see them with as many hikers that are out today, unless someone's careless with food or whatever. But anyway, back to Tom and Jimmy. We had lunch and dinner with them on Friday, and then they were pushing out on Saturday morning, and that was the really cold morning where that night was going to be a 1 degree temperature. So I hope they're okay. Once you hit the Smokies, though, you got to go 40 miles-ish to Newfound Gap to get pulled out, and that's even if the road is open. Now, as long as there's no snow, the road's probably open, so the odds are in your favor. But yeah, that's a couple of cold nights, but I know those guys are chomping at the bit to get some miles in. Also met a guy named George, double retired from the military and retired from government service. So really great guy, and just a all-around stand-up guy to have a conversation with, just really good. We also ran into Sink and Groceries and Badger, the guys we showed you in the laundromat at the Knock, and they spent a couple of days at Fontana as well. Sink got a couple of packages in from family and friends back home, and he was needing some more cold weather gear, so I'm hoping those guys got out to a good start. But you know, we'll see who we run across today. I think those are the majority of the hikers we've been around. We haven't seen Sierra and her dog Piper in a week. I'd imagine at her pace of hiking, she's well ahead of us, and you can't take a dog to the Smokies. I mean, if it's a trained dog, I'm pretty sure you can, but we might not see her again unless she zeroes somewhere either. But I think that's the update. Heading north.